Hey now, we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rob School of Music. Hello, Facebook.com/Record Talk. We're on Instagram at Rob School of Music. We are on Facebook.com/Record Talk. Get on it. We're on YouTube.com/Rob School of Music. Also, my personal YouTube. No, that's a lie. Facebook, if you know me, and also on Twitch. If you're under the age of 12, you can find us on Twitch.
Yeah, under the age of 12.
I don't know how it works, but I know we're on there.
I am Brian. That is Rob. We are Record Talk.
Yes, friends. So we've been doing this, Brian and I, for what, 12 weeks now?
This is the 15th episode.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, number 15, baby.
All right. So what we do is every week for the past 15 weeks, we get together at 9 o'clock New York time, 8 o'clock Chicago time.
Chicago.
And we discuss some of our favorite albums. So if you catch me looking down, I'm looking at the Instagram screen below me and this above me. And this is sort of new. We have
a weird tick to our
yeah, we're just nodding constantly. So if the connection is crappy on the Instagram, please jump to the internet. We're side by side, no longer on top of each other. And this will be much easier for us to turn into the podcast and just share these videos. And we're super psyched for it, guys. So thank you for being part of it. I see we have a ton of, we have some people watching us on there. So thank you. If you guys aren't familiar with what's going on. So my name is, Rob, and I live here in New York, and I got the music school. And then Brian, and, he's from here originally, but then he moved away.
I did. So I'm originally from Rockland County, where Rob is from. We're best friends, brothers for very, very many years.
We have the same tattoo.
We do. Lovers. Then I moved away to the Midwest, Chicago. And we've just been doing this for 15 weeks now. It's been a lot of fun, just talking about records we love, records people suggest, and it's just been fun. It's been
Caitlin, it's on YouTube. Good girl. She gets it.
Yeah, Caitlin's on.
So for real, like my love and appreciation for music, there's a couple things that started it for me, but I definitely have a lot of my tastes and fanaticism, if that's a word, fanaticalness.
Keep going. Keep trying some notes. I want to hear some.
It comes from days of him and I, just digging through Tapeville, looking for vinyls, bootlegs, some crazy stories we've told in previous episodes, which I think we may have to retell a few of them here with, vomit and other things.
Yeah, just shooting the shit about music. I mean, pretty much, Record Talk is something that we just always did, just in our basements or in our bedrooms, just like in the car rides, just like listen to albums and just talking about them, just dissecting everything. It's just something we just love doing. So Rob came up with the idea. He's like, let's just put this on the internet, see if anybody likes it, and people have liked it. So here we are.
It's been really cool, guys. I'm seeing right now we got Will is on YouTube, so thank Will for jumping.
Thank you, Will. Drop a chat. Drop some comments in that chat so we can kind of, because I want to test that out too. So that was the beauty of, we were on Instagram Live solely for 14 episodes, and that was really cool. There's just connectivity issues there, but otherwise it's really cool because we get to interact with people, and that was kind of cool, just kind of inviting people into basically like our living rooms and just shooting the crap with them, answering their questions, and them bringing up good ideas about things. So if you guys could just add to the comments in YouTube or Facebook. This way we can kind of see if it'll populate here.
Brian, do you see the comments?
It says I don't see anything.
All right, we have to figure out why you're not seeing, because we got a couple of Will's talking in here. Sam, it is all populating here, but I have to figure out why you're not seeing that. So,
oh man,
we'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'll
You're echoing, Al.
Well, you know what? If you get on the YouTube, you won't deal with this shit, guys. That's why we're on the real thing. Oh, and students, I curse here too, so be careful.
This is a late night show. We don't go crazy, but there's some cursing.
And if we do go crazy, we delete the episode.
We do. There is one hidden episode on Instagram. The feed was so terrible, we had to get rid of it. Jane's addiction.
So what are we talking about, guys? What record are we going to spin on a turntable today? Oh, it looks like it's two. Looks like it's two.
Guns N' Roses, baby. User Illusions 1 and 2. Yeah.
I got a question here in the chat. Hey, this seems like a cool show. What is the first serious record you guys got into? What's your game? Serious, yeah. What's your game changer? This is on Twitch. What's up, Twitch? Yeah.
What's on Twitch? Yeah. First record is a game changer for me. It would be Blind Melon. I got into Blind Melon pretty early on. That just like hearing the artistry of those musicians just did it for me. And then from there, it was just, I'd say the second one was the Downward Spiral National. Seeing that much packed into such an album, I was just like, there's so much to dissect there. Putting on headphones and just being like, wow, there's a whole other hidden world there. So I think those two albums really just kicked me in the balls. You know, it's like that feeling you never forget. Again, you know, like a kick in the balls. You never forget that feeling. So it would have to be those two albums for me.
I tell you, dude, for me, like my first two like forays into rock music, a kid, Eric Bornstein, made me a cassette. One side had Green Day Dookie, the other side had Offspring Smash, and I dug those.
Yeah.
But my first album that I was like, what is this? And I just listened to it was Pretty Hate Machine. Honestly, that's the one. Yeah, every song.
That's another great one. That was a great episode. If you guys go onto Instagram, Rob School Music on Instagram, that's a great one we did, is Pretty Hate Machine. You know what's kind of cool about streaming this across these multiple platforms and not being confined to just Instagram is like we are confined to 60 minutes. That's it, you know. And a lot of times we were like, hey, let's come back for just a little bit more to say more. So here we can kind of dive in deeper. If you guys have questions, we can kind of tackle that. If you have comments, opinions about music, just let her fly, man. Let her rip. I can't stand that. I can't see these comments, but whatever.
You see that? You see it now? You see that comment?
Oh, yeah, but it's tiny. See, I got to make my screen bigger. Otherwise, I can't see my notes then. I got to figure out a whole new note system.
All right, we're working this out. So like we said, we're usually doing it on Instagram, but this will get better over time. Thank you so much for joining in on Twitch. This is really exciting for us. So let's jump in. So,
yeah.
Let's some history about the Use Your Illusion records. Brian, what happened there? So
basically, this was released in 91. It's two albums. It's really one album if you think about it. They're both released the same day, same year. It's you had Appetite for Destruction and then this. I mean, you can count the other albums in between, but ultimately, this is the next major album. And it's two albums worth of just killer music. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I know this is going to be kind of a polarizing thing, but fuck it. Let's just do it. I honestly think that every song that has Izzy Stradlin in it, whether he was the writer in it or the singer in it, just he had a heavy hand in it, are probably some of the best songs on the records, flat out. Like anything that's not Izzy, I'm not saying I don't like. I think Izzy brought something very special to the band. Each one of the members did. So this is the first album that didn't have Steven Adler, their drummer from Appetite, on there.
He's on one song.
What's that?
He's on one song.
One song, yeah, one song. And man, we get to that, we're gonna tear it up for sure. Yeah, but I'm just gonna say that right there. I think that Izzy Stradlin adds something pretty amazing to Guns N' Roses. They all do. So those are my favorite songs, the ones he's on it. But yeah, this albums, I guess, had many singles on it. Don't Cry, November Rain, You Could Be Mine, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Yesterday's Civil War, Strange. I mean, it's a litany of singles for sure. But it's like the third album, if you consider the third album. And it's pretty big growth. You think about like Appetite for Destruction, Welcome to the Jungle. Everybody knows that album. It's pretty aggressive, right? This album is a huge step for them. Huge growth. I mean, definitely going from that aggressive hard rock roots to having a heavy piano emphasis on this album. Orchestrations. There is just a lot. There's heavy metal, punk, blues influence in there. It is a pretty eclectic album. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I view it as one album. How do you view it? Do you view it as one album or two albums?
I see it as one album. I do.
It's like Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. It's one guy.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and play music, Will, and see how that works. Will was asking if we'll be able to hear it. So let's just jump in because I'm gonna be honest. Like, I remember Columbia House, and you could get like 10 CDs for $1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You get locked in.
So I got Use Your Illusion 1 on that.
Yeah.
And before I could listen to it, my parents took it away and they gave it to my uncle. Man. And for years, it was like this forbidden thing to me.
Why did they take it away? Because of the content?
Because it had that little E on it, and they thought it was going to be, inappropriate. Yeah.
How about this? I'm going to take you back. Ready? Remember the Nanuet Mall? That crap store?
Dude, that life's for. Let's stomp on it. You get a new one. Let's go.
It's not even around anymore.
They would upcharge for that bullshit.
Oh, the wall piece of crap store.
Brandon, I see you on the Instagram. Jump on the YouTube.
Oh my God, Tom Pastani's here. Oh, Parmesan Tom. What is up, brother?
There he is. It's Tom. Tom, jump on get off this Instagram, kids. Come on.
Yeah.
We're into the future.
Go on to YouTube, Rob School Music. Go on to Facebook.com/Record Talk.
That's the one preferred, because if you do that, I mean, obviously I want you to check out the Rob School Music, but if you jump on the Facebook Record Talk and you like it, you get all the updates and know when everything's going on. Little supplemental surprise things we may throw in there. Brian makes playlists of all the songs we talk about, so you can have access to that.
Yeah,
so, cool stuff.
You know what's funny? Today I showed you that text message for everybody else. I took down the playlist I had on there before from the Doors episode, because I was going to do something for this episode, and then somebody reached out to me and was like, "Hey," a friend of mine's like, "Where's that list?" I'm like, "Oh crap, let me go put it back up there." So sometimes when we're doing like a mix of songs, I'll throw up lists on there, like a YouTube list. This way it's accessible to everybody, because I don't know if everybody has Apple Music or Spotify and things like that. So it just makes it easy. Everybody can go onto YouTube, check out that playlist. I didn't make one for this episode. We're just doing both these albums. I do have an idea though.
So what I want to do into that idea is, as we're going through the songs, I would like, since we both, can we discuss the overarching idea?
Brilliant idea you had, which is crazy, because I was having something similar.
so in the, we share one brain, separated by 15 hours or so in the car. But I think between, it's very rare that there's a double album that it's 24 amazing songs, 30 amazing songs. There's always something that's like,
oh my God, Carlos, hop on to Facebook.com/Record Talk or YouTube. Rob School Music, buddy. Get off Instagram. Get off there.
Get off this echogram.
Echogram. I was just thrilled that Carlos came on.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, everyone, for checking it out. There's a great great Indian restaurant here in town. I see you guys checked it out on the Instagram as well. Oh, anyway, so
nice.
We were saying, and this is going to be the end, but out of this record, these two records, there's probably one great record between the two. So maybe it would be cool as we go song by song. Let's say if that would make our master record.
All right, so I have a parameter here. Rob decided, because each album, so if you look at Use Your Illusion 1, that has 16 songs. Use Your Illusion 2 has 14. So he's like, let's do an average of like 15 and call it even. So we're confined to 15 tracks.
Yeah, and take notes at home, kids. We'd like to hear what you guys.
Yeah, you got an opinion about this? Definitely, yell. But yeah, first track off of Use Your Illusion 1 is Right Next Door to Hell. This is your first introduction to Matt Sorum as the drummer for Guns N' Roses. So for years, it's been Steven Adler, who is just a killer drummer. Lot of addictions, so he was kind of moved out of the band. They bring in Matt Sorum from the Cult. It really brings a change to their sound. I gotta be honest with you. Like, he is a very thunderous drummer, just pounding away at the skins. But he's very precise too, right? I mean, but to me, he's kind of tame, and here's why. I think Steven Adler is Animal, whereas Matt Sorum is Sam the Eagle from the Muppets. Right? Very loud, booming, but like, I just feel like, nothing against Matt Sorum. I think he's a phenomenal drummer. I think that Steven Adler is the Guns N' Roses sound. He is the Animal that this band needs, and the proof is in the pudding with the song Civil War, and we'll get to that. Yeah. But this is a good introduction to not hearing this band have some new music and a little bit.
When I was digging into it over the last week, trying just to really digest what this was, I tried to put myself in that headspace, because I guess I remember when it came out, because I got it on that Columbia House thing, but I don't have the big songs I knew, but like, I didn't know as a kid, everyone knows Sweet Child of Mine and everyone knows You Could Be Mine or November Rain, but I didn't know Right Next Door to Hell. So I tried to put myself in this headspace of, I bought this record on the day it came out, and this is the first thing I heard. How would I feel?
Yeah.
So how would you guys feel? Let's see. How would we feel? How do we feel? Can you hear this? You hear it or no?
Next Door to Hell.
Huh?
That's not Right Next Door to Hell.
Can you hear it?
I can. Yeah. So it definitely has the attitude of that classic Guns feel, for sure. But you hear the precise drumming. There's a clear difference. Not to say that Steven Adler is not a precise drummer. It's just very precise, very calculated. It's thunderous. Don't confuse loudness and the precision for what Steven Adler brings. He brings just this chaos that is Guns N' Roses. You think of this band, you think of attitude and just a real and that was Steven Adler, And again, nothing. I'm not kind of crapping on Matt Sorum. I think he's a phenomenal drummer. He's been in numerous bands that he just kills it. It's just my preference. Who you waving to, buddy? Oh, Lee Schiller. What's up? Lee, come on to
YouTube. YouTube.
Rob School of Music. There's like a killer echo on this thing, and it's so much better on YouTube. You can go for longer too.
Yeah.
Me and Lee had an awesome conversation. I haven't got to talk to Lee in forever. Yeah, I mean, this song, the lyrics are inspired by a spat he had with his neighbor. Go figure. Axel had a problem with somebody.
Right. He's easy to get along with.
Guys, if you haven't checked this out, Rob does these awesome interviews pretty much weekly now with famous musicians and just from, I mean, all different types of music, not just sticking to rock. Like today he interviewed part 2 of Bumblefoot. If you guys don't know who Bumblefoot is, phenomenal guitarist. He also played with Guns N' Roses during the Chinese Democracy era. Awesome dude. Check it out. Like,
Thanks.
Just killer. Yeah, those interviews are just awesome. They really are.
I'll tell you, I tried to get Steven Adler, and his people told me that Steven Adler is not so good with the technology.
God damn. After I just sang his praises. God damn.
Great drummer doesn't know how to click a link to whatever. It's okay. They wrote back. If they write, my philosophy on the interviews, if I get a response, win or lose, I already won because someone opened the email. You know?
All right, yeah, someone opened it. That's cool. Yeah.
So is Right Next Door to Hell? Is that on your record?
So yeah, it is.
It's on mine as well.
Yeah, it is. Right next to the hell, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And oddly enough, Izzy had a hand in it. So
Yep. There's another writer on this Timo Caltio.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of writers on these songs that I don't recognize. There's this one song and it has this like Paul McCartney guy on it. I don't know who he is, but
what? I know a lot of you guys don't know what physical copies of music are. It's great. You get to like look at pictures and read things in there and like find out things about little nuances about the songs and everything. It's kind of cool. So check out some physical copies every once in a while. You'd be surprised what you get. Yeah, track 2, Dust and Bones. I think to go from Right Next Door to Hell, which is a really nice swift punch in the gut, to go to Dust and Bones. Are you playing it?
I'll just do little bits because I don't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you can hear a clear difference. So go from Right Next Door to Hell, which is this just sucker punch, right?
What's up, James?
James is here.
James is on the YouTube.
Aw, James.
James said something very important. Let's show this. Hey guys.
Hey guys. Oh hey, what's up, buddy? What is that one? So much is lost in the disappearance of physical media. Yeah, for sure. With your crazy UIs.
This is a great song too.
I love this song. I think it shows the versatility of this band. I think that the other thing too is you get to go from Right Next Door to Hell to this, like it's just killer, man. It's a completely different sound. You hear in this song really gives you a taste for like how essential the piano is to this album. I mean, would you agree?
100%. And that was the first thing when this popped on because it's like, you know, Dizzy Reed is now part of Guns N' Roses.
Right. Yeah.
They have a piano player. They now have a 6th member that's officially part of the band. And I would imagine, you know, being an Appetite purist, that may have been like, what's going on here? You know,
well, if you're an Appetite purist, you're pretty pissed that Steven Adler's gone too.
Right. And by the time they're touring, you're pissed that Izzy's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, that definitely was a blow.
I feel like this is something I should say towards the end of this, but I want to, I don't want to imprint my opinion on anyone who's unfamiliar, but to me, this record is them fully realizing the transition from this sleazy, punky rock and roll band to some kind of updated version of the Rolling Stones or Aerosmith or something. There's just this.
Yeah, I think it showcases their eclectic taste too. You know, they don't want to be just pigeonholed in one particular way, and you get that right in the song. I mean, it's definitely got a blues groove to it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when do you know a blues groove with them? Not really. You know, a little bit highs, a little bit, but not. It's kind of hard with the. You know, just drop the phone.
Oh yeah, you see me too.
Oh man. I mean, the song is cool lyrically. It's called Dust and Bones. The attitude here is just shit happens, move on, because in the end we're all just dust and bones. It's just cool. Like, you know, she loved him yesterday. Yesterday is over. I said okay. Later on, he says she loved him yesterday. He laid her sister. She said okay. It's just like let her roll off your back. Fuck it. You know, it's just kind of cool. There's just like, you know, just let it go. But this one made my list too. Did it make yours?
It sure did.
Yeah. I mean, how could this was like to me, this was when I first got this album. I was like, God damn, this is cool. Like, this is something that they've never done before as a full band. With like, it was cool to kind of hear this for the first time ever.
This one made the list before, because what I did is I picked my favorites and then worked backwards.
Of course you did.
So, I mean, realistically, it was funny because to find 15 songs at first was challenging because it's like I have a group that I love, and then I'm like, all right, well, I need to be selective with this remaining 6 songs.
I know. I tension it too. I'm like, God damn it, this 15 parameter you put in place.
Dust and Bones was in my initial rough draft. That was in my list to start.
Yeah, it was in my top 5.
Yeah, the first song, Right Next to Hell, that was a little bit later. I added that, but I definitely Dust and Bones is a killer song.
Yep, for sure.
All right, next. Now, a lot of people, each record has a cover. Each disc, I'm sorry.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So on Use Your Illusion 1, we get Live and Let Die, which I think they did an amazing job making this song. Because if you listen to the original version, you could hear. Correction. I heard this version before I heard the original Wings.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So going backwards, I'm like, oh, cool. Wow, like they did a great thing with it. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that the original is amazing too. I think that this song what a great. I love when people cover songs and they add their own DNA to it, but then just accelerate that. So I think that this song did an amazing. This cover did an amazing job making this song have the epic feel it so deserved. Not to say that Paul McCartney, if you don't know who that is, shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, James.
Yeah. Beatles. James doesn't know who. Paul McCartney.
I'm speaking ass.
Oh, I was like, holy shit. Demoted. Yeah, I think that song is an epic song. Lyrically, musically, it has a lot of the elements they have here too, like the flutes and things like that. But like, I think that Guns N' Roses gave it that epic feel. They really stomped into this. I mean, you have Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon on backing vocals. You have that horn section. It just really gives a nice gravity to the song. So it really draws you. And one thing I want to say about this album altogether, whoever mixed this and produced this, phenomenal. Like every single part, backing. I mean, name another album where you could really hear a backing vocals that clearly, whether it's the choir people they have, whether it's Shannon Hoon. You hear everybody's part so precisely. It's awesome. It's so cool. What does this one say? Oh, yeah. Live and Let Die is amazing. Yes, Will. Absolutely.
Yeah, the original is yep. Totally agree, dude.
Yeah, I think it just adds something different. There's nothing better than, like, I will always love Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney. We'll always love that. I love when the song takes on a different life. I'm like, now I love that one too. Like, it's cool, when bands take on, Blind Melon does The Pusher by Steppenwolf, and the song by Steppenwolf is killer. I think Blind Melon does a really great job adding something different to that song, where it makes it one of my favorite covers of all time.
I think it is one of my favorite covers of all time as well. Good point.
Yeah, right. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I just think this album is mixed so well with such clarity. It's cool. I mean, I like how it's suddenly the song it'll suddenly turn its intensity down, like just on a volume knob. It just turns it down, and then Slash just fills that void with this beautiful wailing lead work. It's just kind of cool. It adds something different to the song. Like there's
an actual screamer.
Yeah.
And I just see him doing that and running across the stage.
Right.
It's hard to believe in 2020, but in his prime, that man would do that and never get winded and never crack his voice.
Still kind of runs around. I mean,
yeah,
it's not. Of course, you'll get older.
It's what it is. But and in case anyone fresh is tuning in, we'll have to do this a couple of times because it's live. So this is our show, Record Talk. My name is Brian. That's Rob. Flip it around, you know what I mean. And every week at 9 o'clock Eastern.
Real.
Every week, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, is it? Central?
Yeah, Central.
We talk about our favorite records. We've done it for 15 solid weeks on Instagram, and now we are bringing the show to YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and such. So please subscribe, guys. Hit that like button, all those words, whatever they mean on the platform you're on. And please, enjoy this ride with us. I'll find my camera. There it is. Yes, right now. Okay.
If you see us looking up, we have our phone set up for Instagram. So we used to do this solely on Instagram Live, which was cool. It was a great experience. My favorite thing about Instagram is the interactivity you have with the people watching, so they can type in. You can still have that here, and it kind of siphons it all to StreamYard. But this kind of allows us to have a little bit more time, not just the hour that we're confined to, but also the echoes that you're hearing on Instagram Live are one of the many downfalls of Instagram Live. Robert and Brian, thank you for your black heart.
She knows. lives with me. Yeah, and I'll figure out why these comments aren't going for you, dude. But I'll just keep highlighting the ones.
I see them. They come up right on my little thing. It's like so tiny. I was expecting I have this whole private chat area and it's just blank. So I just
so the private chat is different. Like you wrote in there, crate diggers, but that's separate. This is like I can highlight them. So like I can make
welcome wrong too. So that's awesome.
Hello, welcome.
Well,
all right. So is Live and Let Die on your record?
It absolutely is.
Of course, obviously.
So, hey, we're 3 for 3, baby.
Yeah, I'm not surprised it's going to be 15 for 15. All right, Magic. All right, Don't Cry. Original lyrics.
Original. So that's what's cool about this. So on the first, Use Your Illusion 1, you have Don't Cry. We'll skip ahead for a second. Use Your Illusion 2, released at the same time, has Don't Cry as well, just alternate lyrics. My personal favorite is the original lyrics, not just because of the original. I kind of relate to them a little better. It's a cool song. Like it's a rock ballad. So here you have a Guns N' Roses solid rock ballad, like straight out the gates. A little bit different than what you're used to with like Sweet Child of Mine, or but it's got solid guitar solos in it that just fits perfectly with the song. Like it doesn't sound like anybody else could have played something that would have worked better. And it's been around since the Appetite days. So it appears on this album, but they've been playing this since the days of Appetite for Destruction, which if you don't know, that was their first album in 87 or 88? 87. I think it was 87, right?
87, I think so.
I think so.
And on the single for Don't Cry, there is the Appetite version on it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Which has Steven Adler playing drums on it.
Yes.
So there's still a slight connection, and that's cool.
Yeah.
They put out this crazy box set a couple years ago. You can stream it. You don't have to buy it on all the streaming sites, but it has all these demos like November Rain from the Appetite era. Like a lot of these songs were kicking around.
Yeah. Oh, for a long time. For a long, long time. Yeah. And here you have Shannon Hoon doing background vocals. So if anybody don't know this, why would the singer of Blind Melon be on this? What does it say? You guys got the memo? Short sleeves, black. I know, right? We're wearing the same thing.
The uniform.
That is crazy. We didn't even talk about this. God damn it. Oh, man. Hi, Rob. I'm Brian. It's AJ. Hey, AJ, my neighbor. What's up?
What's up, dude? Thanks for joining in.
Thank you. Yeah, so, Shannon Hoon is the singer of Blind Melon, in case you guys don't know. He grew up in Lafayette, Indiana. So did Axl Rose. They kind of knew each other. He gets famous with Blind Melon, so to speak, and they just kind of like take him under his wing and allow him to play a bunch of backing vocals on this album. And it's kind of cool. It adds something different. Again, there's a lot of like people on this album. We'll kind of get to that. Different people that are featured on it, different instrumental pieces and singers and whatnot. But it's cool. I like this song a lot. Did this make your list?
Yes, of course it did.
Yep. Was it the original, or did you choose alternate lyrics? That's the question.
I originally chose the alternate, and then I switched to the original just as a purist.
Oh, okay. Why did you pick the alternate?
Because if I had to pick one album I liked better and listen to more, it's 2. So I was more familiar with 2.
Yeah. Interesting.
But it's either could do, honestly. It's the same song.
It's the same song. It just differs in the verses. The chorus is the same.
Yeah.
But this next one, Perfect Crime, is another one that's been kicking around since Appetite days, too. And you can hear that in the song. It definitely has that aggressive.
Throw a sample of that one up.
Yeah, throw it up.
Let's jump ahead.
Yeah.
Whoops, F-bomb. But yeah.
I think in this one you could really get a feel for that old feel of Appetite brings, that animalistic, punk, aggressive rock feel. I think here Matt Storm also kind of channels more of a Adler feel to it. And I just always think when I hear this song, like, what would it sound like with Adler? It would be interesting to kind of know. But it sounds very fast paced and it's got that similar bite to Appetite. There's a killer guitar solo at 1:40, 1 minute and 40 seconds in. It's pretty cool. Are you trying to find it? Of course you are. Brianna, hello. Go on to YouTube, Rob School Music, or even better, Facebook.com/Record Talk.
It's just killer. So killer.
Yeah, it's so fast. Slash is an amazing guitarist. he's very versatile, especially when you look now back at like some of the other bands he's been in or he's been featured in with other artists, whether it was like, Michael Jackson pops into mind as another weird one. But like he was with Velvet Revolver. I mean, he's just a very versatile, and he has his own solo work, which is pretty killer, / Snake Pit. Just a lot of good stuff, man.
Is that on your list?
Perfect Crime? Absolutely. Has to be. It just reeks of Appetite, and I love Appetite.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Oh man, absolutely. You know what's cool is like, so here we go. Like, so if we just go back a little bit, so we went with Right Next Door to Hell, kind of kicks right in with like that heavy rock. Dustin Bowes goes into that bluesy groove. Third track, Live and Let Die, we're having a cover from Paul McCartney, adding that epic gravity to that song. You have Don't Cry, which is a rock ballad, kind of similar to like A Sweet Child of Mine, but just kind of on steroids. And then you have Perfect Crime, which is again that fast punch, jab to the face. And then right back into You Ain't the First. So 6 trackers, You Ain't the First. Here we are back into that bluesy groove. Again, if you haven't figured out by now what Izzy brings to this band, here you go again. He brings a very different feel to this band. I think that's important, that you have people from different backgrounds bringing different feels and allowing those feels to come into your arena, so you can kind of create something that makes it not just accessible to people, but just like different. It lets the art kind of breathe in a different way. And what's cool is like it just kind of slurs along. And I think the song kind of like has a slur to it, if you think of like when you just get that good drink going on. And I think that the slide guitar adds to that, like it really, if this song didn't have the slide guitar, I don't think it'd be as killer. Like it wouldn't capture that same feel.
Wet That Whistle.
Wet That, yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can hear it. You Ain't the First. I don't know if you can play a clip of it. You can see how he brings a different vibe to this band. And the song is just a farewell of sorts to a lady. You hear it kind of like slurry, 1, 2, 3. So very different.
Yes.
Very different. And again, so I think this has a Hoonin too, right? I can hear him right in your, Shannon Hoon. So again, Shannon Hoon's like littered all over this album. He's one of my favorites.
All you guys on Instagram, jump over to the Facebook or the YouTube. It's freezing. Brian's frozen right now, but he's live and in person, not here. Come on, Rackley. YouTube.
Dylan, get on YouTube, buddy, or get on Facebook.com/Record Talk. I mean, we're not confined to 60 minutes. There's none of this freezing BS. It's cool. We can still interact with you guys. It siphons all of the comments there. Rob has to read them to me because they're not showing up on my screen for some damn reason. But we can still hang out and have a good time. So Dylan, get over there with all your A's. A. I like the lyric in the song. Time passed slowly and things always change. You
Can you see them now, Brian? Can you see the comments now?
No, where are they?
Comments on the top right of your screen. Click comments. Do you see that? I just changed in the settings. Guest, see, viewer, comments. So
oh my God, you're
got him.
Beautiful. Oh,
you got him.
Yes. All right. Cool. I can see everybody. You're amazing, sir. Look at all these people. Hello, Will. All right. Very cool.
All right. So I would assume then You Ain't the First is on your album. So
here's the thing, because you confined me to 15 damn tracks, I had to get rid of it.
Good. It's not on mine either.
All right, but it was on mine, but I had to get rid of it.
Thank you, Lou.
How you doing? Welcome aboard.
Lou is my piano guru.
Oh, yeah? Right on. Oh,
the sweetest man you've ever met and the most beautiful blue eyes.
Oh, really? Get lost in your eyes like this hat?
Right. Yeah, it's like a swimming pool in the ocean, in the Caribbean.
Vanguard tattoo. Yeah, Lou, we're doing Use Your Illusions 1 and 2 by Guns N' Roses. Heavy piano influence in that. So I think you'd enjoy that much of it, for sure. But yeah, I mean, this song is cool. It's just a farewell of sorts to a lady, and it's just like the way he says it is just pretty cool. You was just a temporary lover. Honey, you ain't the first. Lots of others came before you, woman. Said, but you ain't the worst. Said, you ain't the worst. So it's just kind of cool. It's just it's got a real cool rock and roll feel to it lyric-wise, but it's very slow and slurry,
Yeah.
Feels like someone just slurring their way out of the bar to the next one, It's got it really.
That's Izzy's vibe, so it makes sense. It really does.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, shucks, I'm blushing. Yeah.
Bad attention.
That made my list for sure. Did it make yours?
No.
What? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
It's okay. It's bound to happen.
That's all right. Yeah, I mean, the best way to sum this song up is addiction is a motherfucker, kids. Drug abuse and addiction. Yeah.
You know why it didn't make mine? Because it to me, and maybe this is just my ignorance, it sounds like Mama Kin. It sounds like Brown Sugar. It sounds like this amalgamation of Aerosmith and the Rolling Stones, and that's not a bad thing.
No,
but that's not what I look for in this band.
Okay, yeah,
because those bands already exist doing that immaculately, and this is a great job doing it. I'm not saying it's those songs, but
of course not.
It has that feel to. I don't know. I don't hate it. I
like it because I think Chris Cousin reminds me. I think it's a great point. It kind of reminds me of the Stones. It's got that saloon style piano playing. It's got that killer harmonica in there. It's just a tight piece. I definitely like it. I think I like it because it is reminiscent of some of the heroes from before. Like you said, like Rolling Stones. So, it's cool. It's just I can't stop thinking about seeing you one more time. Oh no, I already left you, and you're better off left behind. Anybody that didn't kind of just take it on surface value, like he's singing about a woman or someone he loves, but it's definitely about addiction because it's like it's a bad obsession. It's always messing. It's always messing with my mind. But I mean, you could be addicted to women too. So I mean, it could be. They're an addictive personalities in that band. So I mean, while they're notorious for their drug and alcohol consumption, I'm sure women did not, fly over their radar. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Are you checking yourself out? What are you doing over there?
I scratched myself and I made it red, and I can see it in the light.
Aw, you little precious skin.
Boo boo.
I need a Band-Aid.
Back off, bitch.
Back off, bitch. Another one that's been around since the Appetite days of '87. Listen to that haunted howl. It's got the Axl Rose haunted howl at the beginning. Like a cat being gutted in an alleyway. Right?
Yeah, I mean, is that on your list?
Back off, bitch. Absolutely. Yeah. It's cool. It's a giant FU of a song. It's really cool. I mean, if you guys don't know this already, they're a pretty controversial band. Lyrically, Axl's opinion about crap, about the way he talks about people and women. They are your pinnacle rock and roll bad boys. They hold no holds barred here. Love them or hate them. But there's a cool guitar solo here too at the end of the 2-minute mark, and it does a good way of slicing its way back into the song, bring you back. It's towards the very end, the 2-minute mark, right before you go to the 2-minute mark. It's kind of like slicing.
Yeah, it's this nice segue. It's not what I think is cool about this band, and that was even something that in the Bumblefoot conversation today that came up. That as they progress, the complexity of the music increases. It's not just one guy's playing rhythm, one guy's playing lead.
Yeah,
there's all these little guitar mellow sweeps and little things that are happening. It's constant conversations between the instruments. So
absolutely.
In something like November Rain, where at the end it's apexing to this climax of an epic solo, and this song, the solo is just like a segue to the next section.
Yeah, and so many times you can find songs where the solo is killer. You're like, oh, that's awesome, whether it's a bass solo or a lead guitar solo. But sometimes it doesn't. It just feels like it was plucked and put in there, and it's like, well, it doesn't really, like you said, segue is the best way to. It doesn't transition well. It's just there and it's killer, but it's like, probably could do something different. This song, it just stood up to me. But yeah, the verse just sums it up: making love, cheap heartbreaker, broken back, nasty ball breaker. Stay out of my bed, out of my head. If it's loving you, I'm better off dead. And then just back off, bitch. So it's kind of like Led Zeppelin's Heartbreaker, just far more profane, right? Aggressive. It's like someone took, Led Zeppelin, just turned it on its head and just really pissed it off, striking a wasp nest.
Kids, we're off Instagram. We're done.
Yeah, Instagram's over. Guys, oh no.
It's done.
We should have made an announcement real quick to let people know.
There's only one person on. There's only one person there because everyone's getting with it. So now I'm checking out this Twitch. We're live on the Twitch. Let's see how this looks.
On the twitchings. Sorry, I'm trying to disconnect my phone there so I don't have to stare at it anymore. There we go.
Can I watch myself while I'm doing it?
Ew.
Oh, okay. Next song.
All right, Double Talk and Jive, track number 9. We're still on Use Your Illusion 1, guys, so we got some goings going on here. Again, Izzy wrote this song. It was inspired by police finding human body parts in the garbage can that was near their recording studio when they were recording. So that's kind of cool in a weird way. It's got a cool ending to this song. Slash plays like a flamenco style guitar playing at the end, which is kind of cool to hear him do that. Honestly, I could do this all night, guys. I love it. Oh, Will, you're the best. I hope you got some coffee, buddy. Or tea. I know tea is big in the Europe. Although I love tea. I had some green tea today.
Yeah, I could use some green tea right now. I've been nursing this coffee all day long. It's
Yeah, some cream in there.
I don't know what it is. They gave it to me at the frickin' Panera. They're idiots. Not to be negative on the Paneras, but I said I would like an iced coffee with a splash of, sorry, New York, with a splash of almond milk in there.
Yeah.
We only have cream. I said, all right, I'll be shitting all day. Fantastic. A splash of cream. I said, literally, take out the cream, put it next to the coffee, and then put the cream away. That's how much I want. They hand me a cup of coffee that looks like this color, like a glass of milk. Jack is in the car. He goes, why'd they give you milk? I said, Jack, cover your ears. So then what they do is they dump out half the coffee, and then they put hot coffee into it, and then it just melts all the freaking ice. So
yep.
I digress.
All right, let's digress for a second. We went to go. We were driving around once, and Chris is like, "You want some coffee?" It was early morning. I was like, "You know what? Yeah, I can use another cup."
Hey, you're saying it with that A in there. Cough. How do you say it now?
Coffee.
Cough.
I've always said coffee.
Coffee.
You say it more like you're from Jersey, brother. So I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you hit that really hard like a Jersey person.
Right on the bridge. It's on the border. Sorry, Nanuet. I'm so north. I don't live near Jersey. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I went there and I was like, small coffee black, and they give it to me, and I immediately see it's tan. So I was like, hey, it's okay. I was like, you guys made a mistake though. It's got cream. He's like, no, it's what you asked for. I was like, no, I know my colors, and that's not black. And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, I asked for black. He's like, yeah, and that's black. I'm like, then why is it brown? I was like, dude, it's not black. I open up, I'm like, it's not black. He's like, oh, we put sweetener in it. I was like, the definition of a black coffee is zero. Right. It's coffee flavored coffee, no sugar, no cream, no nothing. Don't do anything, But that's what they do now. So it's like, fuck, just make my own coffee.
Starbucks does it too. Like I'll get an Americano, which is just espresso with water, basically.
Yeah.
And they're like, especially now, they're like, oh, you want the pumpkin? But I'm like, no. Like, don't get me wrong. I like pumpkin spice things, but that's a different category. If I just want something that's going to inject me with this cocaine caffeine, that's what I want. Like, I don't want,
Right. For sure, man.
Yeah, I don't. Because then it just makes you feel like this gross,
Right. Well, I always get like the soy milk or like almond milk.
Oh, I always get. That's why this is.
If I do like something special, like a pumpkin, like you're saying, but otherwise it's usually just black coffee.
Yeah, because you're a man.
We've derailed.
Yep. Back on, guys. See what happens when we don't have a time restraint? We have 30 more songs to go. We've been talking for 40 minutes. We're talking about
killer math. You'll learn that, guys.
Which fucking vowels you put in the word coffee?
Oh my God! November Rain, track number 10.
Double Talk and Jive. Is that on yours?
Yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely, it's in yours too, right? Yeah,
it's not. It's not. Which is exciting for me because we're going to come across some songs that are on mine and not yours. There's two now.
Two have to job, get the money, motherfucker, because I got no more patience.
I mean, I know, and that's a classic Guns N' Roses song. It's just it was hard for me to continue. November Rain. So like, I chose November Rain over Double Talk and Jive, and I fought that because November Rain is like the even flow of the album. It's the overplayed one.
So if I had to go back, I think I'd take November Rain off and put in You Ain't the First, honestly. I know. It is on my list. It is on my list for sure. I mean, I love November Rain. I think it's an iconic song. How do you not love it? Again, there's that heavy piano emphasis. It really showcases like the brilliance of Axl and this band, adding the orchestration. And the reason why I say Axl is because he really wanted those orchestrations. I know the rest of the band was kind of like about it. It's a long song too.
Not being rude, I'm trying to get Dylan back on.
What happened? Dylan lost?
Dylan was the one person I think still watching on the Instagram.
Come on, fool.
I just told him how to get back on. Whoops.
So what's cool about November Rain, so we didn't talk about this with Don't Cry, but Don't Cry, November Rain, and there's a third song, Estranged, on Use Your Illusion 2. They all make part of like a trilogy. Kind of funny you just brought up the Even Flow thing, which has a trilogy of songs with 10. This also has kind of an unofficial trilogy. What's cool is that the drum fills in all three of those songs are very, very similar, if not the same. And the reason being is Matt Sorum really wanted to have those songs connect and have his own voice within it. And I know he caught some shit for that in the time for that lack of, originality, for lack of better words. But I mean, the reality is he was just trying to create continuity for anybody that wouldn't know that. But it's kind of cool. I think at the 7-minute mark, when you think the song is like, oh man, this is going on, it just marches back in, and that solo coupled with Axl's screams. It's just cool. Like, how do you go from this ballad to his just haunting screams that he has? And he really is one of the greatest vocalists, for sure.
Over here, where it's like over in there. Did it just build up here? And it's fucking...
Yeah, it's marching is the best way to put it.
On top of the piano, and he's ripping the solo in the thing. Come on.
Yeah. Good choice of guitar, too.
The props got to match. It's just so killer.
Yeah. You know what's cool is
you gave me this. You gave me the making of this on VHS tape.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do you have it still?
I sure do in my storage.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, they had VHS at the time. They had like these VHS singles, but like these mini documentaries, and one was like Don't Cry, November Rain. I think Estranged was the third one. There may have been a fourth. I'm not sure. But it was cool because you would play the video in its entirety, then they would play the video amidst like a breakdown and each person's, and it was just cool to see the debauchery behind the scenes, to see how it was made. What's cool about the song is each chorus is slightly different, but the common thread being, Cold November Rain, which is kind of cool, I love the song. I know it's been overplayed on the radio, but it's one of those songs that like the radio didn't affect it too much for me because it's not as overplayed as like, sometimes Even Flow could be, or like, some
Switch Out the Line is overplayed.
Oh my God, is it? Yeah. I still love it. But yeah, it's definitely overplayed.
Great song.
Made my list for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Garden featuring Alice Cooper.
Oh, Alice Cooper. God, so cool. It's Alice effing fucking Cooper. You know what I mean? Like, it's and Shannon Hoon. So I mean, what a killer song. Estranged is amazing. It took me a while to get into it, and I like it, but I really, what does I say? I like it, but I really don't do now.
I'll tell you what, Will. So Estranged, I didn't give a crap about until I got the they put out a live album in like the late 90s, a Guns N' Roses live from like 88 to 90, whatever, and it was largely recorded on the Use Your Illusion tours.
Yeah.
And the version of Estranged on that changed my life. Like, and I got that. Yeah. Tape Tower Records in Nanuet with my dad. And we were listening to it in the car. And Axl's like, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dizzy Reed. And then he played it. Yeah. So cool.
Yeah, it is.
Estranged, but The Garden. Sorry.
The Garden. I mean, it's cool because Alice Cooper really adds a nice submersive kind of subversive element to the song. So I think the way he sings it, I mean, if you guys don't know who Alice Cooper is, like, you need to check out his catalog. He's done a lot for, like, everybody talks about, contemporaries like Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie or White Zombie. People talk about like some of the older groups like Kiss being some of the shock rock bands that really offered you a great thematic experience on top of like them just rocking out bodily wise, but like these theatrical shows. Alice Cooper was one of the first, like, decapitating his head with a guillotine in the shows, like just phenomenal showman, like boa constrictors on his neck, like just killer. So to have this icon on another icon's record was just, it was just killer, man. Me and my buddy used to always ask back in what grade were we in? I don't remember. When this album came out, we like, we used to ask people, like dumb kids, just ask, like, are you more of a Use Your Illusion 1 or 2 guy? Would be one of the questions we would ask people if they're into rock and roll, and, trying to get into the circle.
That's a fair question.
Of our nerdom. And then the other one was like Garden or Garden of Eden, because there's 2 songs, and I personally think that it was poor placement on this album. This to do Garden and then go right into the Garden of Eden. I thought that should have put Garden of Eden on Use Your Illusion 2, in my opinion, or further along somewhere different. I think having them back to back like that was a poor decision. What do you think about that?
I completely. It was, because again, I'm a shitty music fan recently. I just put on I'll make a playlist. If I like a band, I'll make a playlist of it. And I seldomly am listening to things recreationally
right
in their intended order.
Yeah.
So it never really clicked to me that, wow, 2 songs that have the same word are right next to each other until doing my, prep work for this show. And yeah, that was dumb. It was dumb.
I mean, if you just look at it at face value like that, but also like sonically, I don't know. I like this song better. I'm more of a Garden guy than a Garden of Eden guy, although I do like Garden of Eden. So neither of which made my list though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the song's pretty clear. It's about alienation, addiction. It also touches upon psychedelics. It's cool. It says in verse 2, Axl Rose says, "You can find it all inside. No need to wrestle with your pride. No, you ain't losing your mind. You're just in the garden. They can lead you to yourself, or you can throw it to the shelf. But you can look inside for the garden." And that's the lyric that really stands clear. It's about psychedelics. Psychedelics kind of break down that barrier of the ego, and it's everything. Garden is within you. So this idea of the Garden of Eden, may not be this actual physical place. It could also be something like is within you. So I just thought lyrically it's really cool. I like it, and I think again, I like how Alice Cooper adds a really subversive element to the song. It just really brings it all together. So it is. I definitely love the song. It just didn't make my list.
Yeah, it didn't make my list either. Neither of them did. They're cool songs. They're both cool songs.
Very cool songs. I won't skip over the Garden the way I will over the Garden of Eden if I'm not in the mood. Which brings us to the Garden of Eden. Confused? Me too.
Right? So here's the garden. And I'll jump ahead so you can. The Garden of Eden.
Got a cool guitar wail going on.
They're different songs. I mean,
very, very different. Yeah.
And they're kind of jarring back to back.
Yeah, they are. That's why I think it could have been either further along somewhere, either at the beginning or the end. But I honestly think it would have been better on Use Your Illusion 2.
When you made your super album, did you select a track order?
Yeah. I didn't put it in the order I wanted to. I just did because you hit me at the 11th hour with this. So I was trying to do work for my job. And then
that's okay. For
me,
I
wrote them in order of how how they appear on the album. They just go in that order. But I would love to how I like to make mixes. I would love to feel how they meld together better.
That's the thing. That appeared to me to be very complicated to try and do that.
Yeah. And I think that's something that stood out to me even as a young kid when I first heard this album is the idea of placing these two together. Whoever was in charge of it, was the band or the producer, it was just a piss poor idea. I don't think it was a good idea.
Yeah. I don't understand it.
It's like a band. A lot of times bands will do more of their if they're an aggressive band or a hardcore band, they may have a slower or softer in intensity song. Those are usually towards the very end of the album. So put that smack dab in the middle. Maybe it could work. It depends on what the song is. Depends on the artist. I feel like this is one of those things where it's not soft form.
Why something that's so thought out, it seems so haphazard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool though. I mean, it talks about what we're all being fed by the media, whatever that medium is, whether it's newspapers, the news, magazines, whatever, so forth. It's just kind of talking about that, which I think Guns N' Roses talks a little bit about that. Axl likes, they were always in the media about the crap they were doing. I ain't superstitious, but I know when something's wrong. I've been dragging my heels with a bitch called hope. Let the undercurrent drag me along. So, he's kind of talking about it's kind of hard because he said at the beginning, he says, looking through this point of view, there's no way I'm going to fit in. So what they feed you, no, you tell me what your eyes see. Don't tell me what to believe in. So, I mean, he just, be a critical thinker. Think outside of that. Don't just be force-fed or spoon-fed something, you know. And if that's the case, I'm certainly not going to fit into this matrix of what you put forward for us. So it's a cool song. It's not my favorite, but lyrically, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't hate them. I'll tell you when we get to the song I hate. There hasn't been a song that I'm like, oh, it's by the Doors, you know. So it's
you fuck.
Don't Damn Me.
I like the song. This one did make my list.
Me too.
Don't damn me when I speak my peace of mind. Got that attitude of appetite.
Yeah, I love that attitude, that tight. The guitar has a snarl to it. There's a ton of mid frequencies in there, so it's like right in your face.
Yes, I love that. Yes, snarl. That's a great description, dude. Yeah, right on. Yeah, put a little bit more of that. I mean, don't get us all jazzed up. Shit. Has that like siren feel to it too, like you hear in Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, that's good. And then Axl, the range in his voice is
man. And it's cool. The song's called "Don't Damn Me," and he just comes right in. He's like, "Don't damn me," and it's just like right off the bat what he's saying. It's a response again to his critics for their past behaviors, his past behaviors.
Do it, Will. I would love to see your notes, brother. Share them. Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God, you're gonna make a mega list? Amazing idea. Yeah, do it, dude.
Do it. Make your own master record.
So you got to listen to Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, front to back, the way I did, the way Rob did. Make your list from there, and then put it in the order. I put mine in the order we're going in. Just made sense that way. I'll tell you guys at the end what my idea was, what I think would make the perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Don't Damn Me. It's just a killer song with great lyrics. I mean, I'm trying to see some lyrics that would be good. It's cool because he kind of also like takes on ownership of his past behaviors too. Because he says, "But now I got a smile. I hope you comprehend. For this man can say it happened because this child has been condemned. So I stepped into your world. I kicked you in your mind, and I'm the only witness to the nature of my crime." So he admits that he's done some past shit, said some things. I like how he says, like, this man can now kind of look back at like the child. The child's been reprimanded for his poor behavior. I was a child then. I didn't know any better, so to speak. But look at what we've done to the innocent and young. So that's the critics saying that. Like, look what you've done. Like, look at this shit. That's why you have this horse crap of, thanks Tipper Gore and all those other assholes for putting, because we're not all adults. We don't know how to, live our lives. So having these, advisory labels on there. But he said, whoa, listen to who's talking, because we're not the only ones. The trash collected by the eyes and dumped into the brain said it tears into the conscious thoughts. You tell me who's to blame. So you can sit there and talk shit about what Guns N' Roses, what we've said, what we've done, the riots we may have caused. But the reality is, turn on the news. Turn on the news cycle right now.
Right.
See what's on there. If it leads, it leads. Right? Is the catchphrase. They love to play negative shit, and they don't. There's no parental advisory ever on the news. There's never something like that says, "Hey, pull your children away. Don't watch this in front of your kids. Maybe if you're faint of heart, don't watch it." So I think it's funny that he brings up that hypocrisy, and that's why I love this song lyrically and sonically. Killer.
100%. Great song.
Yeah.
And then there's another writer on this, Dave Lank. I'm not sure.
I don't know who Dave Lank is. I meant to kind of go back and look. I don't know.
Because I saw like Paul Tobias is on Back Off Bitch, and then later on he replaced Slash. Oh no, he replaced Gilby.
He did, but he also did something, I guess, that like kind of pissed Slash off years later because he redid a solo that was already recorded by Slash.
It was on the Interview with the Vampire, the cover of the Symphony of the Devil. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I get that. That's definitely shitting somebody's.
But some of his stuff's on Chinese Democracy, Tobias. So I mean, he was a longtime friend of Axl. So it's weird. Like
since the Appetite days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dale James gets a writing credit on The Garden.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird how it's. Anywho, Bad Apples.
Bad Apples. It didn't make my list, but I do like the song a great deal. It's another song about the vices that they tended to follow them around everywhere, and they just caused a lot of tension in the band. Ultimately, it's a song about decadence. Who would have thought Guns N' Roses just
right
into that rock and roll decadence? I mean, the first verse gives you right away. It's like diamonds and fast cars, money to burn. I've got my head in the clouds. I got these thoughts to churn. Got my feet in the sand. I got my house on the hill. I got a headache like a mother, twice the price of my thrills. Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, Enough said right there. I mean, if that's not the decadence of a rock and roll lifestyle, getting caught up in that horse shit, there it is right there, kids.
Yeah.
Moderation.
It didn't make my list either.
No. It's got cool guitar parts to it. I mean, musically, it's really cool. It just didn't make my part. It didn't make my list.
Dead horses.
Dead horse.
Yep.
Rob's just slaying horses over here.
Take them all out.
I need glue. I don't think that's how they make glue anymore.
Sure.
If it is, we don't want to burn your glue. Yeah, I mean, I like this song. I don't really have much to say about it.
Yeah, it's just
the end.
It's
kind of a filler to me. To be honest with you, it's a filler.
Yeah. It's what we're getting to. Like, that's one of the first ones where I'm like, did it have to be there?
Yeah, I don't know that it does. Yeah.
I mean, it's just so similar to other stuff. Oh, Will loves it. All right, Will. Well, enlighten us, friend.
I loved it. All right, yeah, do it, dude. Tell us. I mean, lyrically, I do. I'll read you guys the lyrics to the chorus. Are really cool. The chorus is great. It says, "Oh, sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, and I don't know why you'd bring me down. I'd like to think that our love's worth a tad more. It may sound funny, but you'd think I'd know. I'd be smiling. I guess some things never change or never change."
Sorry,
brother. You guys,
we just lost our number one friend.
So we just lost our one UK friend. Is that what you said?
Yeah. We're no longer international.
Damn it. That's it. We lost it.
Coma.
Will, chime in. I mean, I like the song. It's just not my favorite. It didn't make my list. That's all I'm saying, brother. It's no songs we're gonna get to. That's for sure. Coma. I like Coma. I think when I was younger, I liked it more. I was listening to it again recently. Years later now. It begins strong, but along the way, it kind of loses its way.
It doesn't need to be as long as it is. It's just
no, and it's pieced together Frankenstein style.
Yeah, which is weird for me. There he is, because I saw that. I was bummed because I was supposed to see him this summer, Guns N' Roses with it was weird because I'd seen him a bunch of times in the various Chinese.
You saw him with Buckethead.
I saw him with Buckethead, and then I saw him a couple times with the Bumblefoot. What's the other guy's name? The more recent lineup.
DJ Ashba or DJ?
Yeah, DJ. I thought DJ did a good job. I like him. He's showy. He's cool. But I was like, okay, Smashing Pumpkins are opening. That'll be a cool show.
Yes.
So I was going to see him, with Slash and stuff. And I saw they were playing that song again, which they hadn't played in years. So that was exciting.
Yeah.
But then listening to it for this project, I was like, I might have wanted to go get a beer during that. That's a long time to stand there for a lot of disjointed. I don't know.
It is disjointed. It honestly sounds like a Frankenstein put together.
Now it's on my list. It's just about. That's nostalgia. I think. It's nostalgia.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm self-aware enough to notice. So there's one I have you don't have. So okay.
Yeah, and I love this song growing up. I just
that's what it is.
Lost it over time though. The overall concept is cool. Like this idea that's shown throughout it. The song is about an overdose. Axl, I know, Slash's overdose. So it's cool. And they do that, the defibrillators, you hear the pulse going. At the end, it ends with a flat line. I just feel like out of all the guitars, I expected more from Slash to do a flat line. I just feel like the flat line falls flat. It's not as good as it could have been. I would have much rather a sample of a flat line, honestly. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's like watching a great movie and the ending is shit. And you're like, well, now this whole movie sucks, It's like, God damn it. So I don't know. That's what it was for me listening to it, years later. But when I was growing up, I definitely loved the song.
Yeah, I think I just got caught in nostalgia.
You're right, Will. The intro is amazing. Did you say that already? I'm sorry.
No, he was talking about another song. I didn't say it. No.
Well, he said no. The intro is great in Coma.
I don't know if he said that. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. It's in the comments.
I see it. I agree.
Oh, okay. Comma.
I'm just checking the other things to make sure we're still going. Still good. We're still live because we're coming up on that hour. I don't know. I guess you can just keep streaming. All right, guys. So we have now concluded Use Your Illusion 1. This episode of Record Talk is sponsored by lentil soup and cayenne pepper. Every Wednesday, You need to have your lentil soup with your cayenne pepper for your health and your iron. Okay? And it will give you a nice fiery shit afterwards. Enjoy.
Yeah, told you. I warned you.
Your friends, Brian and Rob, we tell you how it is. We'll keep those bowels nice and clean. And that cayenne, that's thermogenic. It's going to heat you up from the inside out. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, so if you're ever sick, it's not an easy takedown. If you start getting sick, start eating raw garlic. So what I like to do is take a slice of garlic and chop it up and leave it out on the counter for like 5 minutes. So the air oxidizes and has that chemical reaction with the alkalines. And you just swallow that whole. You're going to smell like shit for sure. If you live with someone, they're definitely not going to like you sleeping next to them. And then in your water bottle, throw in some cayenne. Take it easy. Little will do you. And just start pounding that. Man, it'll just tear shit out of you for sure. You're going to smell for sure. But you're going to kick that cold's ass in record time. Trust me. Dr. Brian has spoken. Oh, man. Where is Sam? She hasn't made her usual comment.
There she is.
There it is. I was just saying it as a gift. Where are you? Oh, my God. Dude, if these goes over an hour, I may need a pee break. Holy shit.
Go grab a pee. I'll keep it going. It's all right. Kim, I was just noticing. You very intelligently, strategically married someone with the same amount of syllables and letters in your maiden name as your married name. They sound similar too, so that's very easy. So to keep that straight, well done. So guys, if you're just tuning in, this show is called Record Talk. Brian and I do this. We do this every Wednesday. That's a lie. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central. 9 p.m. Eastern time. We talk about records we love. It's going to be on the Record Talk Facebook page, Rob School of Music YouTube, my personal Facebook page, as well as our new Twitch page. So check those things out. And today we're talking Guns N' Roses. We just finished up Use Your Illusion 1. We're going to jump into Use Your Illusion 2. And we're going to slowly start bringing all the Instagram episodes onto the Facebook page so that you can catch up. But these will quickly get turned into podcasts and things. So there'll be a lot of ways that you can stay in contact with this. If you guys have any suggestions of stuff you'd think we should talk about or stuff we should know, please tell us, because, we're passionate about passion. A cleaning comment is not accurate because the cleaning occurred all weekend long. But what's that joke, Sam? Tell me that joke. What's the joke supposed to be? I hear him coming. Brian's, he's on the other side of 40, so he has to pee a lot quicker than other people.
I'm back.
I was explaining to him your large prostate, dude. I mean, the other side of 40, so it's
Oh, yeah.
Got to pee a little more often.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm back. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I had to go to that from the bed.
So I realized that your sister married someone with the same amount of syllables and such as her maiden name to her married name, making it very simple to keep track of that.
Nick Miller, Kim Winder, Oh, yeah, I never put that together.
Yeah.
As I just put her full name on blast. There you go.
You sure did. I said that story twice, and I was so careful not to, because that's, it's who am I to say her freaking name?
In my defense, though, they're very, very common names. So it's like going in the phone book and looking for John Smith. You're going to have a million of them. You know what I mean? So,
sorry, Cam. I tried to keep it cool. All right, Brian. What does an old lady's private parts look like?
Ooh, dust and bones?
Depends. Oh, God.
Cheese.
Cheese, please. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome.
What we have here is failure to communicate.
Oh, nice. What? We got?
You put on, now these came out a week apart, right?
No, they came out the same.
Did they?
I think so. Double check it. I don't want to go off the screen. Let me see. I'm sure it was September 17th, 1999. Let's see.
It's not 1999 at all.
91. Did I say 91? Oh, God.
Yeah. Use
Your Illusion. Hold on a second. Let's see. Let's check, kids. Let's fact check Brian's old brain here.
September 17th was the one.
All right, my phone's not fine shit. All right, Use Your Illusion, Wikipedia. Good old Wikipedia in there. Crap.
Yeah, I guess it was the same day. For some reason, it's a week apart. But
how dare you doubt my steel trap of mine?
All right. So Civil War. You just listen to that whole record and you're like, yeah, I like it. It's cool. But man, it just doesn't feel the same. Because much to the disbelief of most ignorant humans, drums matter, guys. And a drummer's feel is everything in a band.
Where is Tom? Is Tom still in this?
I don't know. But if he is, he'll jump on. Swapping out a drummer can change the feel of a band as much as changing the vocalist.
Imagine Led Zeppelin with them replacing John Bonham.
True story. You know, like you don't think that's true? Look up Live Aid with Phil Collins and tell me it's the same thing. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not.
And I love Phil Collins, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Phil Collins is great, but it's just that's not Zeppelin.
Nope.
And this song, now you get to see, wow, what this frick is my there it is. I'm good. I just need to recline. Getting sleepy. Yeah.
Spring forward.
So
yeah.
You know, it's wow, what could have been, you know?
Oh my God. So, you know, the side story to this is too. So this song was stringing around for a while. It was 1990 they started recording this. So 91 the album came out. They were doing some heavy recording in 91 as well. But like Adler was on drums. This is the last time you get to hear Adler on drums, and it took many, many takes because he was so just messed up on drugs. But here I think you get a feel for why he is iconic to the Guns N' Roses sound, and I miss him tremendously. It was super sad to find out when they got back together and they reunited that they didn't invite him. And I get, you know, maybe it's because maybe he can't play. I don't know how
he is shot.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the endurance the same. It's just sad because he was just awesome.
And then when they had him come out during the reunion shows, like he played My Michelle a couple of times, like they put a drum set in the center of the stage. They didn't even put him on the riser. Just because I think the other guy played drums too. I forget his name now, but
Frank.
Yeah, he's a good drummer too. Like I like
drummer.
I like him. I like Richard Fortus. You know, he kind of looks like Izzy too, which helps. But
yeah,
anyway, I digress. But Civil War is just a great song. The
it's
whistle.
Cool.
Actually,
the whistle is from When Johnny Comes Marching Home. So he's, you know, which was written during the Civil War. And then it's got that iconic movie quote from Cool Hand Luke. If you guys haven't seen the movie Cool Hand Luke, check that out. It's a great movie. Yeah, I love this song. It's an anti-war song. I mean, how do you not love it? We shouldn't be going to war, right? We shouldn't be killing people and allowing people to be killed. So it's kind of cool. And Slash originally, I didn't know this, originally wrote the song as an instrumental. And it just kind of wrote it initially as an instrumental, and then Axl just started like messing around with it. And thankfully he did, because wow, it's just cool. I mean, it's very on the nose, but it's cool. It says, look at your young men fighting, look at your women crying, look at the young men dying the way we've always done before. So again, we're not learning anything. We continue to repeat these cycles. We're not learning from the history. We're not learning from our mistakes. Look at the hate we're breeding. Look at the fear we're feeding. Look at the lies we're leading the way we've always done before. Again, this cyclical negative nature of doing things. When is it going to stop? And then he just goes on and on. It's cool. I mean, he holds no punches in the song. So there's no cursing in it, but like it's true Axl form, just speaking his opinion, whether you like it or not. Like he's like, you know, my hands are tied, the billions shift from side to side, and the wars go on with brainwashed pride for the love of God and our human rights. It's just, I mean, it's just killer. It's one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs. It definitely made my list. It certainly should have made yours.
100%.
There we go.
First batch list. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell by my marks, the thicker lines are stuff that I picked the first time, and then the thinner lines are I tried to differentiate like what was undeniable and then what was, you know, okay, if I have to pick between two, I pick this one. For example, there's one coming up that I had on that I crossed out, which I know will be controversial, but
all
right, 14 years.
14 years is cool. I mean, there's some speculation. Fans have said that it's about. Oh yeah, here, play it.
No. It's a different song, you know.
So that's Izzy. If you guys don't know, that's not Axl singing. That's Izzy singing. Who's a great vocalist in and of himself.
Yeah, because he sounds like Axl, just a slurrier, almost younger. There's like a younger quality in his voice.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like, you know, he's a used mint, for sure.
This song is on my list.
It is on my list as well.
Good. Good.
I mean, it's cool. So people have speculated that it's about Izzy and Axl's friendship, as they've been friends for a very, very long time. And apparently, when the song was recorded in '91 or released, rather, I guess the math works out. 14 years. I don't know. Clearly, whoever it's written about is about a person they have a long history with. I mean, you can kind of see maybe it is. I mean, verse 3 says, "Bullshit and contemplation, gossip's their trade. If they knew half the real truth, what would they say? Well, I'm past the point of concern. It's time to play. These last few years of madness sure put me straight," which I thought is pretty telling. So it could definitely be about Axl, but I think it may be more about Izzy, because this is where you see the dissolve of Izzy in this band. He starts to get clean. He starts to realize that being around this is not good for him. It's not conducive. He was not a fan of the fact that like they become more diva-like in the sense of Axl showing up very late to things. So there was a lot of turmoil, and I think that was very easy for him with his sobriety and just like realization of these things for him to just walk away, which sucked for the band because like honestly losing Izzy after also losing Adler, sucked. And Izzy said something pretty cool once in an interview. Let me see if I can find it. What does he say? Oh yeah, so guitarist Izzy Stradlin said Adler's sense of swing was the push and pull that give the songs their feel. Absolutely. When that was gone, it was just unbelievable, weird. Nothing worked. I would have preferred to continue with Steve, but we had 2 years off and we couldn't wait any longer. So, I mean, he's a realist in the sense that, like, you had 2 years to get your shit together, pull it together, But at the same time, I think he right there is very clear. Like, he was an integral part of the band, the way Izzy is an integral part of the band. Without those two, a lot of people think, oh, Axl and Slash. But those two were integral. And without them, it just didn't work as well.
Yeah, and if there's a lot of footage out there. They put out a 2-disc, or maybe it's a 1-disc, a home video or DVD of it now. I have, chronicling this massive Use Your Illusion tour. They had these backup singers.
Yes.
I mean, there's two things about that tour that's bloated: the tour and Duff. Both of them just terribly bloated messes. And only one of their pancreases exploded. But it's just. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a big thing. And like I just read an article recently in Guitar World magazine discussing Spaghetti Incident and that live record that came out and from the perspective of Gilby Clarke. And poor guy, that's a dream gig.
Yeah.
And you're just in a situation where you're just basically a hired, you're an employee.
You're a hired gun.
Yeah, literally. I guess I tried not to say it.
I'll do it. I'll take the debate.
It's a bummer because, like, if you listen to on that live record, Izzy's only on 2 or 3 songs. The rest is just from when it was recorded. Because Izzy left the band during this tour, right? But he came back after he was out of the band. He came back for a short, like, 2 week or something run just to do it. Like,
to this day, he's flirted with them. Even during the Chinese Democracy time, before they had this whole Guns reunion with the original lineup, Izzy has come to several shows and played the original stuff. But even in this reunion, he's not part of it though, right? He's not 100%.
No, it's Richard Portis.
He just moved on, which is sad. I mean, but like it just goes to show sometimes things can't be mended, or just sometimes people grow and they change, and you got to respect him for that. It just sucks because he's such an integral part, and I think you brought up great. It's like sometimes you just can't replace these people.
And it's like there's all this discussion of new music coming out with these Duff and Slash and Axl, like. The pressure to relive it, and then everyone's going to say, well, it's good, but it's not really a reunion until Steve and Izzy are back, and that's just I don't think that's in the cards. At least
I don't think so either. Yeah, but I mean, if anything, Chinese Democracy kind of shows you like the talent of that man and the band.
Oh yeah, I'll buy it. I'll be the first one in line. Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah, I mean, Civil War is one of my favorite. Not Civil War. Sorry, 14 Years is another one of my favorites.
What about Yesterday's?
Yesterday's did not make my list, but I do love it. I do love it. Did it make yours?
No. I had it and I crossed it out.
I did too.
I just it.
Yesterday's got a big X through it.
Because I don't like that song that much. I don't. It just
I do like it has a question mark next to it too. Because I'm like, I don't know about this one. Then I went back. I was like, X. Yeah. I do like it. I like the idea of what it's talking about. Screw dwelling in the past and just forge ahead and live in the present. And I do like that message. But Yankee fan says Steven played with them. Are you talking about live Yankee fan?
Who's Yankee fan? Who's that there?
Oh, who's Yankee fan? I'm excited.
That's Jeremy.
Jeremy's over. Guys, my lovely brother got me this sweet mic so you guys can hear me better. Did you freeze over there? What's going on?
No, my son is writing me.
Yeah, yesterday's is cool. I mean, I really don't have much to say about that. I like what lyrically it's about is, just like, don't just dwell on the past. Now, did Knocking on Heaven's Door make your list?
It did not.
Me neither. Right on.
Good man, because that was right. That was my controversial one. I just
go.
That is Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. Thanks for joining in, dude, on the YouTube. Good man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you know what? That's just.
Oh, Will's chiming in. He's like, what?
Will is like, it's fucking 3 a.m. and these guys don't like my songs.
Whoa, most importantly, Will, is his math right? Is it 3 a.m. there?
Is my math ever right?
No, it's usually not.
30, 11, 12,
isn't
2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4 a.m.?
Dude, are you rocking out at 4 a.m.?
3:30 a.m. This guys, this show is sponsored by Will, okay? Will in the future.
Sponsored by the whole of the UK. Yeah. I mean, I like Knocking on Heaven's Door. I think Guns N' Roses adds more kick to it. If you guys don't know, for any of you people that don't know, Knocking on Heaven's Door is a cover by Bob Dylan. I think he adds more kick to it. But I will say that I prefer the prominence of the bass in Dylan's version of it. So if you listen to Bob Dylan's version, the bass line in that, oh man, it gets you in the throat. It just pulls you in and like doesn't let go. And I think Guns N' Roses has a bass part in it. It just, I don't know, it's not as, I don't know, it just doesn't have that same presence. Bob Dylan, just his version is better. I do like, excuse me, as I choke on my own spit. I like how Guns N' Roses keeps that choir feel at the backing vocals. But they do it at the end of the song, whereas Bob Dylan has it as an ever-present.
Yeah, where it breaks and the girls sing, that's cool.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But I like how Bob Dylan has that haunted, like ghostly presence throughout the whole song. It kind of has like this ghostly presence. I don't know. I like the vocals being throughout the whole song as opposed to, excuse me, at the very end. But don't get me wrong, I like the girls' voices. I think that was a nice touch having that choir. Phenomenal.
Excuse Brian as he digests in real time.
I spit wrong, then I swallow burp wrong. One of these days, that's how I go out. Just gonna like die on my screen, like
Guys, what happened to Brian? He swallowed the spit incorrectly.
I'm like built like a bulldog, even though I'm like thin as shit.
All right, get in the ring.
Yeah, get in the ring. Did that make your list?
No.
Mine either. Yeah. There's no secret here.
It's cheesy to me. GNR. It sounds like it's a musical or something. It's
yeah, I think they really tried their hardest to I don't know. It's a spectacle. That's what the song is. It's a spectacle. There's no secret the kind of controversy that Guns N' Roses brings and surrounds them, whether it's the riots they've started, their diva behavior, mainly from him, their lyrical content about sex, drugs, alcohol, and all the debauchery that follows it. So clearly, they are just ripe for the picking when it comes to critics. Good Lord.
What's in that cup?
English.
This man's a teacher, in case you guys didn't know. by education.
Used to be, for sure.
Right?
Oh, God. But yeah, the song is just, pardon the expression, but a sprawling fuck you to the critics. And it's just that they claim they printed lies about them. So that's kind of cool. They don't hold any punches. It's very straight on the nose, But yeah, you're right. It's more of a spectacle. It's nothing special. It didn't make my list, that's for sure.
No.
I think as a young kid hearing that many, perverse lyrics, I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
Right.
It lost its,
Yeah. Once my vocabulary expanded, I lost interest in others saying things I can just say.
Oh, wait a second. Yankee, Jeremy said, Knocking on Heaven's Door is better by Guns N' Roses. False.
He's agreeing with Will. They're making friends.
False. I'm just kidding.
I like it. I like that you guys are making friends. It's good. You're the same age, I think, too. You're both
Fun fact.
17, right?
I'm not a Bob Dylan fan. Like
Jeremy's 18 maybe now.
Jeremy hates you.
No, he's 18.
Oh, yeah, I was
He
like,
probably hates me too, but yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't.
I mean, I like Bob Dylan. I've never just been like, crazy into him. I like other people's version of his songs, but this is the one time I prefer his version over a cover.
You know what? If I saw them live and they played that, yeah, I think you guys are the same age. I'd be like, damn it, something else could have gone there.
Yeah, for sure.
But if I never saw him do it live, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Like I saw him do it live one of the times I've seen them out of the 3 times, and I was like, that's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah. Shotgun Blues.
Shotgun Blues.
That is not on my list.
It's not on my list either.
That's another one where I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
The next 2, I'm just.
Apparently, I didn't know this. I mean, when you read the lyrics, it definitely sounds like it's a jab at the media. But there's speculation apparently that it's about this whole like verbal brawl that they had with Vince Neil, which I wasn't aware of. So Vince Neil from Motley Crue, the singer, had a spat with Izzy that ended in, like, I think a little bit of fisticuffs, and then Axl got involved. Go figure. And so it's, apparently about that. I don't know. It definitely, you get a feel for Chinese democracy here, because this is the first time in this album, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, where you have that layering of vocals, which you hear in Chinese democracy, where, Axl's notorious for playing around with different sounds of things, different ways of orchestrating things, piano or having string instruments. But here, he really plays with his voice a little bit more than just doing it with how he sings with different voices. Here, he layered his voices, which I thought was cool, and you see that a lot more in Chinese democracy, which is kind of cool.
You can definitely see, Axl's production creativity starting to creep up in some of this. Even like further down, there's a song that it just totally falls on its face. But think about it. That song was the last. We'll get there. Hold on. Focus.
Pump the brakes.
I'm shooting my thing before it's done here.
Hey, wait.
All right. Yeah, it's a breakdown. Same thing. It's just.
I'm not a big fan. I like how it starts with a banjo intro.
Banjo, and I read that Slash, like that was really hard for him to get all that stuff.
He tuned it like a guitar.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it just could be better. It just falls. I don't know. And then Axl's announcer narrator voiceover toward the end of the song is just quite honestly annoying.
It's just like cheesy.
It's like Meatloaf, but it was done well with Phil Rizzuto at the time. Like it was done when you think of Dashboard. Oh Jesus Christ.
Chris Carrabba.
No, Meatloaf. Dashboard.
I'm thinking Dashboard Confessional. Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
Thank you. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't get it. That voiceover works perfectly. It's written well. It's by an iconic announcer. Yeah. So this doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's another Frankenstein piece. It feels kind of, like you said, disjointed and kind of pieced together like Frankenstein.
But luckily, we're getting into some fine songs as we go onward. Pretty tied up.
This made my list. Sitar, baby. Holy sitar, Batman.
And that's cheesy. The Perils of Rock and Roll Decadence. That is cheesy, but it's okay.
Yeah. Here's again the excess and overindulgence of the lifestyles that they live day to day. This song. Izzy mentioned that it's about an encounter with the dominatrix, apparently.
Who's this?
Izzy mentioned that it was about a true encounter he had with the dominatrix. Not him personally, but walking into something that was pretty like, whoa. And for someone that lived that type of lifestyle, be like, whoa. Right. So, what's funny? I forget what part it is. I should have wrote down, but you could hear in Axl's voice at some point. See if you remember this internet sensation that lasted. He has a bit of a Chocolate Rain feel to it, like Chocolate Rain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That guy.
I can't remember that guy's name. Oh my god. He keeps pulling away from the mic. Chocolate Rain. Oh man. What's funny is at 3 minutes and 14 seconds, Ackle said
Jensen Ackle. He's in Supernatural.
Axl says, cool and stressing. But I swear to God, I must have repeated this thing several times in my garage. Yeah, it sounds like Cool Ranch dressing.
I hear you. I same thing.
I forgot about that. And I was dying in my garage last night, just rewinding, like, Cool Ranch traffic. I must have looked like an idiot in my garage. I was driving by, I was like, this fucking idiot. Look at this guy.
But you know what's cool about that is like something like that was funny to you when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
It's a time machine because you hear that thing and you're right back. Same thing with Chocolate Rain. Like it just takes you right back.
Right? Oh, it's so cool. Oh, man. But yeah, that one made my list. I like Pretty Tied Up. Pretty Tied Up.
Yep. That's
Did you play that chorus part? Play that chorus for people. I mean, it's pretty. Phil Rizzuto. That's right, buddy.
What's up?
He said Phil Rizzuto.
The song's Pretty Tied Up, Jeremy. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's number 8.
Number 8 on Use Your Illusion too.
Locomotive.
That's on my list.
Is it? It's not on mine.
It is. Because it just has this like that.
Ah, it's got a great vibe to it, man. It's cool how the bass, rhythm, and lead chug along like it's a locomotive, you know?
I just like that. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Those kind of riffs. I love riffs like that. As a guitar player, those are fun to play. This was
Kind of like Shaun of the Dead there.
that was a thick. That was with my big, my I know I want it highlight Sharpie.
Oh, wow. I mean, I definitely like it. It just didn't make it because I made room for some other things. But yeah. So go to 6 minutes and 40 seconds. My favorite part of that song, the guitar takes on a whole other persona. And then the sound while Axl moans "Love So Strange" at the end. So with the piano and the guitar, it's like a whole other character enters this song. I think Flash did a phenomenal job just taking on this whole other persona with that solo.
Yeah, it's either a univibe or he's just pumping the wah pedal.
Yeah.
Univibe. Yeah, I really like this song. I really like it.
I do too. I do too.
So Fine.
So fine.
I hate this song. Is this one?
Not put it on there. I don't like Duff's voice.
Yeah, I have no interest in that song.
Yeah, it's a tribute to Johnny Thunders, who was the guitarist, singer, songwriter from New York Dolls. So
I don't care about them either. So
yeah, but it's not. I mean, he's not a good vocalist. The one redeeming quality of the song is Axl's backing vocals on this. Is the only thing that makes up for it, but not enough for me to not want to skip over it most times.
Yeah, it just that's one of my ones that just it's.
I don't.
Yeah.
I hate the way he's singing. You talking about the Doors last week, the way he kind of sways around. The way he dribbles out his sing, I'm not a fan. And I bought Duff's solo album when it came out years ago. And I like some of the songs on there. I just don't like the way he sings this song, which is crazy because I mean, not that his solo album was amazing for sure, but I like it.
Loaded, or he had a self-titled like by his own name.
It was one of his first ones. I can't remember. I don't even have it anymore. I think I sold it.
You had the Slash's Snake Pit albums. I remember borrowing those from you.
I still have that. Yeah, I still have the first one. I like that first one. And then he got with Miles Kennedy, right?
Yeah, that's who he has now. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, Miles Kennedy's phenomenal.
His voice is great, but if I listen to it for too long, it gets to me because it's very like right here in the nose, but not like Axl that I can. It's just like I can't even make the sound. Yeah. Make a meme out of that, kids. It's strange. You know, Strange, I read online and I never thought of it this way. Strange does not have a true chorus.
It does not. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I never thought of it until,
This is that third song for that unofficial trilogy. The Del James. It's called the Del James unofficial trilogy.
Hold on a second.
It begins soft and then begins to immediately kick in with that wailing guitar part. This is one of the videos I hated.
I never saw this video.
Oh, with the dolphins.
Yeah, I never saw it.
So,
Where's it? I want to find the part where he says Mr. Dizzy Reed. The live version. I guess that's not important. Focus.
Focus.
I'm here. I'm back, kids. I'm back. I didn't leave. Stop calling us kids. We're grown up, Dad. All right.
What was I saying? I don't remember. Estranged.
No chorus. Silly Dolphins. Great song.
Yeah. So like the reason for the Dolphins was like something to do with like Axl after like a breakup with the person that he loved. He's like, I don't ever want to have her, because she was in the Don't Cry video. I can't remember her name, and she was in the video.
It was his wife. It was
Stephanie Seymour, right?
Seymour. Yeah.
Wow. After that, he's like, I don't ever want another fucking girl that I've been involved with in the video. I'd rather have a dolphin. So that became, I guess, kind of like the running joke. And so hence why they had the Dolphins. But I thought it was a piss poor choice, honestly, because like it's an iconic song and it's a shit video. It could have been done better. But Axl has a really good quote. He says, "November Rain is a song about not wanting to be in the state of having to deal with unrequited love. Estranged is acknowledging it and being there and having to figure out what the fuck to do. I wrote the song basically about who I am and how I feel, the breakup of my marriage with Aaron and how I didn't want it to die, but also apply it to a lot of other situations or friendships where you knew it had to end." And I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, like him just kind of like writing about better knowing and understanding, like, I don't want these things to happen. They had to happen, Right. There's such clarity in that third verse too. He says, when I found out all the reasons, maybe I'll find out another way, find another day with all the changing seasons of my life. Maybe I'll get it right next time. And now that you've been down, broken down, got your head out of the clouds, back down on the ground, and you don't talk so loud and you don't walk so proud. So he's kind of talking about himself. He really takes some ownership here. You know what I mean? Like when you've broken down, head out of the clouds, get your head out of the clouds, come back down on the ground. Maybe when you're not talking so loud, you're not this verbose person, like, and just kind of like got your shit together and realize that like these things happen for a reason. Maybe tomorrow will be better, but for right now, you just kind of have to sit in this and know what it is, and learn how to coexist with it. It's vulnerable and it's honest and it's raw. It's a great song.
Fantastic. It's like I said, that live version is what turned me onto it. I think, being a younger person, I was like, oh, for 9 minutes, 23 seconds, like who has time for that?
Yeah.
When I was first coming across this music, but I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs by them. Followed by You Could Be Mine, which is my favorite song on the album.
Second is Terminator 2?
I didn't put them together. I don't remember it for that reason. Maybe like I saw Terminator 2 in the theater with my grandma, but what year is that? But like, what year is that? That was my first R movie I saw.
Is that 95? No. 92. I think it was 92.
Yeah, so I'm like under 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
But man, it was that's just a great song. I love that song. Like I frequently reference this mix CD I played when I'd open up the bar, a long time ago. And this was on it. It's just a great pumper upper kind of song.
It's on my list. I love it.
It was the first one I put on my list.
Yep.
And it's in Terminator 2 and Arnold is in the video, but it's not on the Terminator 2 soundtrack.
Yeah. What's cool? It's like in Terminator 2 when he has that box of roses, kind of a tip of the hat to Guns N' Roses.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Did you guys catch that? If you haven't seen Terminator 2, check out Terminator 2. Check out Terminator 1. And then fuck the rest. I haven't seen the newest one, though, so I don't know if it was a Dark Fate. I don't know if that's any good.
I read what happened, and I was unhappy with it, so I refused to see it. It was spoiled.
Oh, with John Connor?
It was spoiled for me by Google and my inability to just wait.
I know. Sometimes I do that, too.
Bill and Ted on Friday.
What's that?
Bill and Ted on Friday.
I know. That movie looks amazing. Did you see Kevin Smith just bleed his heart out about that movie?
What?
I mean, he just loved it. He thought it was just a phenomenal movie. I mean.
The new Terminator?
No. Bill and Ted. Keep up.
The new Bill and Ted?
Yes.
Oh, really? No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, Will Smith. Did I say Will Smith? I'm going to say Kevin Smith. Did I say Will Smith?
I don't remember. I'm still talking about Terminators. And I want to talk about the new Batman.
Two of us will make one good one. What's cool is that the chorus there's a line that says, with your bitch slap rapping and your cocaine tongue, you get nothing done. And that appeared in the liner notes of Appetite for Destruction. So this song has been kicking around since prior to 87. And it kind of brings you back to that Mr. Brownstone classic Guns N' Roses feel, the style of how he sings it. It's just cool, man. It just doesn't give a crap about his comings and goings, the way he's talking, And he's just like, when I come home late at night, don't ask me where I've been. Just count your stars. I'm home again. And it's just cool because like she has her own vices, he has his own vices, and just, the two of them, it's a cool song. Obviously,
what's the part where he's like with her in the bed, and he's like,
oh yeah, let me find it.
And then he said, "With your ass in the air."
Yeah.
Which I love it.
Yeah, it's a profane song, guys, for sure. But it's just cool. It's a great song.
Yeah. All right, Don't Cry, alternate lyrics. Not much to discuss there. It's kind of the same song, just different lyrics.
Yeah, the verses are different, but everything else is the same. And we kind of really covered that already. I kind of jumped the gun.
So I want to discuss My World because it's terrible.
It is. Did it make your list? Because it didn't make mine.
No. So Axl, I read today on Wikipedia or something that he wrote that song on mushrooms in like 3 hours. But if you listen to that song and you can be objective and recognize its complete track.
How long is it? It's 1 minute and 22 seconds. So that's 3 hours worth of psychedelics for you, which clearly was poorly used.
If you listen to Oh My God, which is the next original, because Spaghetti Incident wasn't new.
Which I don't
you
like
kind of hear where he was going into, though.
Oh yeah, and I don't like Oh My God either.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I do as its own thing, though. Like it's weird. All right, so let's recap here.
I think you know what's funny is I have here in my notes one word, My World, one word, horrible, and you said that.
Yeah.
My other question is why the fuck? Why did it appear on here? Why?
But that's about again. So if
no
you were
one the rest of the band was cool with this, no way.
If you took out My World and you took out So Fine and you took out Dead Horse and you took out maybe 4 more songs, it didn't have to be a double album.
Probably not.
Well, maybe that's not true because some of the songs are pretty long. But I don't know.
That's the only one I really kick off the album. The rest I would keep, honestly. I mean, yeah, Bad Apple. I mean, they maybe be filler, but like they're not like this filler. Like this thing can go scratch its ass. I don't want it.
Yeah, oh totally. And you took the 2 covers off, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's this record, guys. So thanks everyone. I mean, it's been what, an hour and 40 minutes we're talking about this thing.
Yeah, we chatted on for a while, guys.
But this is kind of what we do, we just kind of all right, Will, it can stay. It can stay. We'll see.
Dead Horse has to stay in. All right, I dig it.
Peace. It's cool, brother. But I mean, it's interesting that 2 people unrehearsed, unrelated, had saved 2 songs, the same exact perfect album.
Yeah, I think we differed on 2 songs, right? What were the 2 songs?
So we had right next, first, second, third, fourth, fifth song, all 5 of those.
Yep.
Okay, then the next one I had was Back Off, Bitch. But you had You Ain't First, right?
I took that off, but I had Bad Obsession.
All right, I didn't have that. So Bad Obsession is a different one. Back Off, Bitch, we both had.
Don't Double Talk and Jive. November Rain.
So I didn't have Double Talk and Jive. I think those are the 2 that you had. I didn't.
Right. November Rain did though.
Yeah. So what do I have? You don't have. I have Coma.
You have Coma. I don't have Coma.
You have Don't Damn Me.
I have. Oh yeah, of course.
Did I pick too many songs?
Can you not count?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, I got 15.
So what's missing?
So I got Right Next Door to Hell, Dust and Bones, Live and Let Die, Don't Cry, the original, Perfect Crime, Bad Obsession you don't have, Back Off Bitch, Double Dog and Drive is the other one you don't have.
Correct.
Yeah, November Rain. Did I say Don't Damn Me again? Yeah. Civil War, 14 years, Pretty Tied Up, Estranged, and You Could Be Mine. It's basically.
I have Locomotive. You don't have Locomotive.
I don't have that. I took that off. I would probably put that back if I had to.
So I have Locomotive and
on there.
So I can't keep track. I have Locomotive and Coma. You don't have. So
yeah.
Okay.
But if I had to do it again, if you gave me one more track, I put Locomotive. I would not put Coma on there though. I've enjoyed this so much. Well, thank you so much. Oh, you don't thank us, dude. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for being here, man. Gosh, it's almost 4 a.m. over there. So
yeah, dude.
maybe we'll wrap this up. Hey, you working tomorrow, man? Come on.
Hopefully not. I start late tomorrow.
Me too. I have to do some grown-up things tomorrow. But guys, what are we doing next week?
What's going on with this nose of yours?
You got like a hard booger in there. It's tickling me.
Ew. I'm working tomorrow. So am I.
He said not working tomorrow is what he said.
Oh, damn it. I'll put my glasses off.
Read all the words.
I got to put my glasses back on. People are responding.
We love you too.
We love you too, Sam. My glasses
All right,
on.
what should we do next, guys? What should it be?
Do we go a different genre? Do we stay in the rock vein? Do we go different genre of rock? Do we go punk? Do we go something completely different?
Something new?
Something brand new? Yeah, do we listen to something brand new that neither one of us have listened to, and we're just trying something new for the first time?
Super old. Do we do like a Beatles album or something? Like go way back?
Yeah, I mean, we could totally do that. What do you guys think? Beatles? No one enjoyed your hard booger, Rob. How do you know that? Maybe someone's got a booger fetish out there. You don't know. Some weird shit out there, Sam. Some weird shit out there. Just Google dried hard boogers, and I'm sure you'll come up with a whole bunch of Google.
Sam always like squeezes my nose tight, and she's like, "Ew, there's things in there."
You ever squeeze cut yourself on a hard one?
Oh, totally. I think I may have just now using that as a demonstration.
Bleeding. Oh man, no one. Bologna cakes. That's what I say.
I guess maybe we'll have to discuss it in secrecy.
Mine are always soft. I'll rub it in. Yeah, we'll have to discuss the secrecy.
I'm gonna be. And on next week's episode of Booger Talk.
Oh, all right. Hey, you want to do something? You want to stay on the topic of boogers? Let's do snot. That was a good band.
I was thinking the darkness.
You know what's funny? We should do that because I was going to say to you today we should do darkness. So there we go. Boom. That's so funny you brought that up because I'm like, today I was singing the darkness. I'm like, oh, we got to do the darkness. Yep. Britney Spears. God damn it, Al. You and Britney. What's wrong with you? What is with you? She just want to be different? Is that what it is?
It's making a joke, but
it's a horrible joke.
It's not a great one.
Yeah, she tells a better joke. Watch her most recent interview. Whew. It's a rough one to watch. No matter what you guys pick for next week, I'll be here. Will, you're the best, dude. We should have a shirt made up for Record Talk that just has Will's face on it. Record Talk.
Will, are we saying your last name correctly? Jessup?
Did you have to say that off camera? Is that why you slid off to the side there? I can only say Jessup if I do it over here. Jessup. And then I'll slide back in and say, oh, the dark. Oh, he's got it on vinyl, too.
Is that what we're doing?
Let's do it. Man, Booger Talk. What are the comments here? I like how it shows you who the comments come from. Mostly it looks like there's a couple from Facebook, but a lot of them came from YouTube. And then one from Twitch. 2 from Twitch, excuse me. That's kind of cool. Now I can't comment back to them, can I? Except for just live.
You can comment there. You can comment down here, and then you can pick which place you're commenting to. Do you have that drop-down menu on the left there?
I do not. Allow me access, admin.
I don't know how to do that.
Maybe I'm just dumb. Some designations won't get comments. Some destinations. Whatever. We'll figure it out next time. That's cool. Here, I'll take a picture of what I see so you can kind of see. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's see. I messed that up.
I messed it up?
I did.
Are we doing the darkness?
Yeah, let's do it. Screw it. I'm all for the Beatles too, but I don't know. This kind of worked out only because we're both thinking the same thing.
Well, we can talk and see how we feel.
All right, tentatively we're doing darkness, possibly the Beatles. If we get inspired by something else, guys, if you ever have something you want us to listen to, or just
my son is on here watching me.
Who?
My son.
Jack, what's up?
Jack is on here. That's very nice. Very nice. I don't know how to show him, but he's here. Yep. Cool. All right, guys. Well,
thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for making the transition from Instagram to this. I think this is a better platform. They won't always be this long, just that we did that double album. But it does allow us a little bit more freedom, better clarity, better sound, better visuals. We could just do more. We can invite people on. We could, as you can see, we see your comments from multiple different platforms. So I think this has been a cool ride today. It was a cool test drive. I think it's going to be pretty cool. You can see our cool logo right there.
Yes. Metallica. We did Metallica. We did the Black Album.
Yes, we did Metallica, the Black Album in it's on Instagram. Who said that? It's not on here.
Will did.
I don't see that. Oh yeah, it is. What about Metallica? Yeah, we did. Rob chose the Black Album. I don't know. Maybe we could. I would like to revisit Metallica again because I'd like to do some of their older stuff. Honestly, I mean, I like the Black Album a great deal, but I'm a big Kill 'Em All fan. Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Justice for All, like some of those older ones. Look at that love Jack's getting. Are we cutting this? I'd also like to say,
Will,
what you guys made are yeah, right. You guys should check out Heated Exchange. Check out the first one they put out. The single was Outbreak, and then their most recent one was How Many Times, right? You see?
How Many Times? Yes, yes. And then Brian will have some things out shortly as well. So much to discuss, but. On that note, thank you guys so much for being here. This will remain on the YouTube and Facebook pages continually, and then the audio will turn into a podcast. Hopefully by the end of September, we'll have all those ready to launch as well. So very cool, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm going to end this broadcast. Stay safe, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Eventually, I'll learn my camera is here. There. I'll wave in the right spot. And yes.
All right. You so very much. It's been fun. Crate Diggers, go listen to some awesome albums and hit us up with it.
Rock and roll, guys. See you soon.
Later.